This is example 4 on page 387, and we are solving another radical equation. Now, if you notice in the instructions of this problem, it says check for extraneous solutions. Okay, we'll see what that means when we solve this problem. We're still going to follow the same steps, i.e., first isolate the radical, second undo the radical, third solve the equation that you're left with. So isolate the radical, subtract 5. The square root of x minus 3 equals x minus 5. So we have isolated the radical. Second step, undo the radical. How do we undo a square root? We square it. But if I square the left-hand side, I also square the right-hand side. Okay, the square of a square root gives me what's inside. Okay, x minus 5 squared is x minus 5 times x minus 5, which means you have to FOIL. And you will get okay, this is clearly going to be a quadratic equation, so we have to remember how we solve quadratics. The first step is we need this to be in standard form equals 0. So let's subtract x and add 3 from both sides. So now we have 0 equals x squared minus 11x plus 28. Okay, at this point, it is in standard form equals 0. You have a couple options. If it's factorable, factor it. If it's not factorable, or if you can't think how to factor it, then you can use the quadratic formula. This is an easily factorable problem. Two numbers whose product is 28 and whose sum is negative 11 is x minus 4 times x minus 7, which means x equals 4 and 7. Okay, now we go to our check for extraneous solutions. Okay, we need to check our answers in the original equation. If we substitute and it does not lead to a true statement, then we will call that extraneous. It means that it's not actually a solution, but we won't know until we check. So let's start with 4. The square root of 4 minus 3 plus 5 equals 4. The square root of 1 plus 5 equals 4. 1 plus 5 equals 4. Right? That is incorrect, which means this is extraneous. Because this is not equal. Okay, let's check the 7. The square root of 7 minus 3 plus 5 equals 7. The square root of 4 plus 5 equals 7. 2 plus 5 equals 7. And that is correct. So our only answer here, x equals 7.